There are thousands of Fortnite pros all around the world still competing up until this day. But what happened to the Fortnite pros who quit the game entirely, or we just simply forgot about over time? In today's video, I'll be covering what happened to the top 3 forgotten Fortnite pro players. And for the first forgotten Fortnite pro of the video, we have none other than Skeptic. From being one of the fastest growing gaming creators back in the early days of Fortnite, and earning well over 6 figures at just 14 years old, Skeptic truly had it all. From a successful social media fan base to a successful professional Fortnite career. But to understand the many factors that led to Skeptic's downfall and where he is today, we first need to understand how he even exploded into being one of the largest gaming content creators ever at the time. Skeptic was just like any other normal kid. He would go to school, play video games in his free time, while streaming his gameplay to a small Twitch audience of purely just his friends at the time. And in one of Skeptic's random live streams, something would happen that would change the course of Skeptic's career forever. Skeptic would load up into a casual solo game when he got into a top 3 situation. And out of the last 2 people in Skeptic's game, there was a very well-known pro player. And this player would be none other than Tfue. At this time, Tfue was a recent recruit of FaZe Clan, and was easily considered to be one of the most well-known pros and content creators at the time. And in this game, Skeptic would go on to get into a build battle with Tfue, but what happened next was shocking. Skeptic would then go on to eliminate Tfue with Skeptic still on 200 HP. Furthermore, Skeptic would go on to upload this clip to his YouTube channel on the 22nd of June 2018.
That was for you. That was for you, bro. That was for you, Nura.
This video would then go on to jumpstart Skeptic's career, with it having well over 10 million views today. Shortly after this video was released, Skeptic's online following surged, and with his followers surging, so did his opportunities. Shortly after, Skeptic would go on to join a well-known team at the time named Misfits Gaming. Skeptic would then continue to stream daily to his Twitch account, with him now averaging thousands of viewers every stream. Around the same time, he would also go on to upload a series of videos where he simply mashes up highlights from his Twitch streams, which would completely boost his Twitch along with his YouTube channel. Then in 2019, Skeptic would additionally make it to the Fortnite World Cup. Skeptic would compete and would end up in 35th place and walked away with an impressive $100,000. Then years would go by and Skeptic would just simply continue what he had always done, streaming daily and posting fairly consistent YouTube videos. But during the years 2021 to the year 2023, Skeptic would just randomly take week-long breaks with no signs of returning. He would take week-long breaks randomly, not streaming on Twitch, not uploading to YouTube, and not tweeting anything on Twitter. Then he would randomly reappear and act like nothing ever happened. And after 8 months of this going on, Skeptic's social media's name and overall brand will begin to decline as a whole, with it now being 2024. Skeptic has lost over 80% of his original viewership, from him getting millions of views on YouTube to now barely even reaching 50,000 views a video. Over Skeptic's career, he ended up amassing over 1.3 million subscribers on YouTube, with his top videos all having 7 to 10 million views each. But if you were to go have a look at his channel today, the last time Skeptic uploaded was well over 6 months ago. And when I head onto Skeptic's Twitch account, I was met with the same news. Skeptic hasn't streamed in over 4 months. However, during his career, he did manage to build up an insane Twitch following of 700,000 followers. Next up, I checked out his Twitter page where his last tweet was well over 3 months ago today. And this ultimately begs the question of what actually happened to Skeptic. With there being little to no information about his current whereabouts, all we can do is hope Skeptic will someday make a return to streaming and content creation as a whole. And he will always be known as one of the most well-known Fortnite pros in the early days, who completely faded away and is now almost forgotten about entirely. Now moving on to the second forgotten Fortnite pro of the video, we have none other than Myth. If you have ever played or watched Fortnite on YouTube, Twitch, or TikTok, you would have most definitely heard of a well-known content creator and streamer that goes by the name of Myth. Myth was a Fortnite content creator who set the bar so high with content creation back in the early days. He was a variety content creator, meaning he would stream on Twitch and upload competitive and funny videos to YouTube when he wasn't streaming. The way Myth set up his career was truly mind-blowing, hence the reason why Myth gathered up a substantial following of over 7.3 million followers on Twitch, being known as one of the biggest streamers back in the early days of Fortnite, and also amassing a YouTube subscriber count of 4.5 million subscribers. Myth began streaming and creating creating content back in the early days of 2017, shortly after the grand release of Fortnite. However, Myth didn't have overnight success. Instead, Myth had to build up his following the generic way, by being consistent with his streams and uploads. But something was different with Myth. Myth was ahead of the game back in the early days of Fortnite, being one of the biggest Fortnite players in the entire world. The game Fortnite was also growing in popularity alongside Myth, and with Myth being one of the best in the game, he would see insane success. He would consistently drop 20 to 30 kill games in solo versus squads, being one of the best solo players to ever touch the game. He would ultimately explode in popularity in late 2017 and early 2018, gaining millions of followers on Twitch, and even getting the honor to play with fellow famous streamers such as Ninja and sypherpk. And with all of the success Myth was receiving from streaming and uploading daily videos to YouTube, such as Fortnite highlights, building tutorials, and his high kill games he was frequently getting, he would soon once again see insane success on YouTube, quickly becoming one of the biggest and most looked up to content creators in the world at the time. He was on top of the gaming world. So what happened? Myth began creating content and streaming back in 2017, and would soon become one of the most looked up to internet names of all time. But with that being said, why is Myth now only getting roughly 30,000 to 50,000 views per video on YouTube, and barely even reaching 200 live viewers on Twitch? This question has been asked by countless fans and curious people worldwide, and there are multiple reasons for Myth's could be said downfall. And one of the main reasons consists of the Fortnite player base ultimately improving as a whole. Back in 2017, the majority of the Fortnite player base was fairly new and overall bad players, except for a very select few people, and Myth was on top, winning almost every game he queued into, and was ultimately known as one of the most feared players back in the early days. However, since Fortnite is now over 7 years old, players have simply improved and gotten substantially better. In simple terms, you can't be the best at a game forever, and when everyone starts improving and taking over your skill level, you essentially get boring to watch as you're not winning every game with 20 kills anymore. And that right there is one of the main reasons why Myth viewership has significantly decreased over the years. Additionally, another one of the key reasons is ultimately because the majority of Myth's fan base back in 2017 were young kids all aged between 6 to 10 years of age. And now fast forward to 7 years later, most of Myth's fans are now roughly 13 to 17 years old, meaning the majority of his fans now have school, sports, and potentially even a job to balance all at once, and significantly less time to sit around all day playing Fortnite and watching Fortnite. Which brings me to my next point. Fortnite as a whole isn't as popular as it used to be. In all honesty, Fortnite is currently striving with the recent release of Chapter 5. Fortnite is currently doing exceptionally well. However, 7 years ago, it was at its all-time peak, with almost every single kid having the game downloaded. And with Fortnite losing its fan base slowly over the years, it essentially means that there isn't a huge audience for Fortnite streams these days. Every game that has ever been released is never relevant or popular forever. Additionally, Fortnite is ultimately slowly dying, but it's doing a good job at maintaining a pretty steady viewership for the time being. Same goes with every streamer and content creator. They will never be in the spotlight forever. And with that all being said, this was a story of what happened to TSM Myth. And now moving on to the third and final forgotten pro player of the video. And this pro player will be Mitro. When Mitro was just a young kid, he was always finding ways to play video games, even if it meant to play on his brother's console or his friends. Mitro always found a way and fell in love with the entire concept of online gaming. Then when Mitro grew older, 2017 would eventually come around. And with 2017 rolling around, a huge game would then be released that would ultimately take the world by storm. And this game will be none other than Fortnite. As soon as Fortnite was released, Mitro would instantly hop on the game and give it a go. At first, he didn't seem too keen on the game as a whole, as the game had a whole new concept of building and editing that he wasn't used to. But Mitro stuck with it and instantly began improving. And this was easily the smartest decision Mitro had ever made in his entire career. Mitro would then proceed to upload his first ever Fortnite video back on the 18th of January 2018. And this video would essentially be where Mitro dropped a 31 kill solo versus squads game, which at the time was so impressive and only 1% of the player base could even accomplish this. And this video would even go on to gather up over 50,000 views. After this video, filled with positive comments from people wanting to see more, Mitro would then continue uploading consistent YouTube videos that all saw really insane success, with every new video he was posting getting more views than the previous one. And with that being said, around the same time, Mitro would then go on to start his live streaming journey. This would once again be an insanely beneficial move by Mitro, as he would quickly rise to the top top on Twitch. Then around the years 2019 to 2020, Micho was going super strong with his YouTube channel, ultimately blowing up, along with him averaging hundreds of viewers on Twitch when he would go live. Additionally, Micho would also begin to start playing Fortnite competitively, with him having earned a couple $1,000s up until this point in his Fortnite competitive career. However, this was only the start. You see, over the next few years, Micho would furthermore go on to join a well-known gaming organization called Liquid. After being signed to Liquid Gaming as a pro Fortnite player, Micho would then begin to blow up even more, with him now officially reaching the peak of his career, with him now placing in the top 10 in the majority of tournaments he competed in. Around the same time, Micho would also go on to hit an astonishing 500,000 subscribers on YouTube, and an impressive 700,000 followers on Twitch. Around the same time, Micho also got the chance to team up with Mongrel and fellow other top tier Fortnite pro players, so now he could ultimately bring his Fortnite competitive journey to the next level. You would think Micho had officially made it and would just continue the grind, but instead something crazy happened. After having earned over $600,000 of Fortnite competitive, including his insane social media success, Micho would start slowly uploading less onto YouTube and streaming noticeably less on Twitch, and competing in a substantial less amount of Fortnite tournaments. Micho would then begin to take long breaks. Fans were left confused on why Micho was taking these long breaks. Being a popular Fortnite streamer, content creator, and pro was an ultimate dream for millions of kids back in the day, and once Micho had achieved all three, he would just simply stop everything. Slowly over time, Micho would begin to upload a lot less, with there even being month-long gaps in between uploads and streams. And around the same time, he was also placing substantially worse in every tournament he competed in. And with that being said, 2024 would then roll around, and now Micho is basically unheard of. Fans were overall left clueless and confused on where Micho had gone, but now in March of 2024, Micho hasn't uploaded a single video on YouTube since the 10th of April 2021, which is well over 2.5 years ago today. However, over Micho's YouTube career, he managed to build up a staggering audience of over 700,000 subscribers, with his most viewed video having a whopping 6.7 million views. And on Twitch, it's pretty similar, with his last stream also being well over 2 years ago. But once again, Micho also saw insane success on Twitch, with him having almost reached 1 million followers. And lastly, over Micho's competitive Fortnite journey, he managed to gather up a substantial amount of money, totaling to $746,000 in just Fortnite earnings alone. This just goes to show that no matter how good somebody has it, they can always disappear at any time, with no warning, which is exactly what happened with Micho. Micho truly had it all, and it was super sad to see him leave the Fortnite scene, as he was overall a huge inspiration to many young prodigies. And with that all being said, this was the story of Micho. Thank you all for watching all the way until the end of the video. I really do appreciate any and all support, as I do put a lot of time and effort into these videos, and just by simply liking, subscribing, and commenting your favorite clip from this video goes a long way, and helps me out tremendously. And with that all being said, I really hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. Laters.